afternoon, respected sir and my dear friends. Sorry for this little bit of panic. Today, my presentation is on literature of romantics, and my topic is Frankenstein, and with this reference, depression as the 21st century monster. First of all, I would like to share my views over the arts of Mary Shelley. The arts that she worked upon is a best example of science fiction, as we all know. She has also written the Gothic novels and philosophical arts regarding to the works, and it also includes The Last Man, Faulkner Novel, Loader, and all this. Another one, which is symbols and imaginary of this Mary Shelley's time and spark of this. With the term of Frankenstein, we had all know that she has made a monster. The first one which I would like to tell is Frankenstein is an art not intendedly for Mary Shelley to do. It was a bet between P.B. Shelley, Mary Shelley, and Lord Byron, that who amongst us writes the best Gothic fiction novel. And that in the answer of Lord Byron's Mary Shelley write this Frankenstein. It also includes wonderfully symbols and imaginary. Not only the students of literature or the lovers of literature read or watch the Mary Shelley's work, this Frankenstein, but all over the world, because this is a very unique type of novel. It is also a horror type of novel. We can find really very much of humor in this. And the main thing which is contradictory in is the symbols and imaginary including in this. We can see that this story is a little bit of conjuncting with the Milton's Paradise Lost. The creation story is very similar to Adam's story. The another one, we can take example of St. College. Here the Victor or the Frankenstein has also he thought about St. Coleridge's work, Rime of an Ancient Mariner, where he has very fascinated about the voyages doing overseas and ocean and all those things. And he just firstly his attribute is for exploring the quest of knowledge for its limits. And in these limits he was asking repeatedly for the voyages of oceans, and then he just remind the bitter or the of the story, and he and he that it
I think, yeah,
and another the his look every one is by good. We can on Byron challenges her and Percy and Polydorus each to write to a ghost story, promoted by Percy to further develop and material with the same origin of the nightmare. Another thing is, what is the center of Frankenstein? Frankenstein is a whole story. It is a gothic novel. It is a horror story. It has a little bit of humor also, simplicity, imaginary symbols. It contains everything. But the main thing is that
I think she got disconnected. Yeah. Let us wait for a few minutes for her to. Yeah, yeah, I think you were disconnected.
Yes, sir. That was a network issue.
Yeah,
Now
okay,
am I
no
audible?
problem. Yes, you are audible now. Yeah,
Sir, 1 second. I have to mute this echo sound here.
yeah. You will have to share your screen also again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will do this. Sorry for the inconvenience.
No worries. It happens in the online mode.
Yes, sir. Is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible. Yeah, continue.
Sorry for a little bit of waste of time. So we were on the center of the Frankenstein. As the Shelley has insist in her life, and after gaining scientific knowledge of life, Victor plays good or pretends to be become one of the creation of his life. His ambition of creating life and evaluating his own views creation fails. Here we can see that the ambition plays a very important role in evaluating the character of Frankenstein and the Victor also. The Victor has created Frankenstein at knowing the cost of life. He want to know what is behind the life, or how can God is making our lives this type of possible. We can say that we have feelings also, we have temper also, we have anger, taste, everything which we feel, which we connect. And he just really wanted to connect it with Frankenstein, so he made a monster and then left it. Monster here, which is the Frankenstein, also have to take revenge with him, because he was feeling that he connects his story with the story of Milton, the Paradise Lost. The monster sees or makes himself present that I am Adam, because God has made Adam and Eve. And Frankenstein or the monster feels that I am the Adam, but the society is believing me the Satan. So he was very angry over all these things, that my heart is pure, but the society is not getting the good feeling of me. He is just everyone is just watching my ugly face, and everyone is had been afraid of my face. So this is the main point, or we can say this is the main reason where Frankenstein is was very angry with the society also, and with his master Victor also. Another thing, the main topic of my presentation is what is the main cause of depression. We can see that in 21st century the main thing of depression is our hectic life. The important thing is the cause of depression, which each and every person in his life or her life plays. The thing is abuse, past physical, sexual, or emotional abuse can increase the vulnerability to clinical depressants. Certain medications, conflicts, death or loss, genetic major events, and serious illness. Another thing is, unlike physical cuts the and barriers, mental illness can't be seen. We can obviously feel that if we have any physical informants in our body, it will get visible to anyone. But if we are depressed, if we have a mental illness in our body, then it cannot be visible to everyone. it needs certain type of attitude, a certain type of feeling to know everyone with their nature and also with along. The another thing is that why the monster in Frankenstein is depressed. He is a monster, also he has a feeling. Victor has put feelings in the monster also, but besides being a monster, he is something which is connected with the feeling. And the utmost feeling is the most common causes of depression and abuse and conflict in life, which both Victor and monster suffer from. Here the main thing is not only Victor but the Frankenstein also follows the step of depression. Frankenstein is following or feeling the depression because he was unrejected, or he was disrespected from the society. And here the Victor is also depressed because he had made this Frankenstein a monster. He had made Frankenstein by not believing that I want to make a monster, or he will defeat everything, he will make this type of evils, or that he was no, this was not the thought of Victor at that time, but it converts into the another thing. And Victor was deeply saddened by the murder of his brother. Frankenstein, the monster, has murdered his brother William. That's why Victor was a little bit of sad, and the monster was thrown into depression after being abandoned by Victor, and right after he was created, as well as Victor's death. Here there are movies also which had gone released over the time of Frankenstein, because as I earlier said, that Frankenstein is not only the literary students read or view this type of gothic novels and philosophical arts, but in each type of cast and peoples just watch this type of films. So the one is Frankenstein 1931, which was adapted in USA. The second adaptation is The Phantom Hour, and the third, which is very unique and which is very important, is The Bride of Frankenstein. So here we can recollect that thought that Victor was also eager to make another monster just to accompany the Frankenstein, because the monster in society is not finding his place. So he thought that I will make another monster like this, and she will accompany her. But when Victor feels that monster has making pressure over him to make another rituals and all those things for him, then he realized that I am not able to conclude this monster and if I'll make the another monster, then it will be over. It's very obvious that human beings has no less power than the monsters. So he dropped that idea of making the bride of, we can say, bride or girlfriend or a company partner of monster. So he stopped this. So this film is on the adaptation of that thought. So here my presentation is over, and by this I want to conclude this thing that depression is a very unique thing. We can say unique in a negative sense also, because it touches our mind. If anyone or any person is suffering from depression in our society, if you see in our society, if anyone is suffering from this, the main thing is to help him, to make him support to him or her, doing meditation, prescribing doctor, all these things, withdrawal of mood changes and all these things, to help them, to support them. If you have not no interest in anything,
Yeah, okay.